Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Overwatch Weekly. This week I have very little to show for you guys, and that is of course a result of BlizzCon coming up here next weekend. So we're very close to BlizzCon, a little over a week away from BlizzCon, so we'll talk a little bit about that this week, but we have some other stuff to cover as well. But we're in that period of time right now where things are going to be a little low, heads down as we approach the main event, which is, of course, BlizzCon. But let's start with something that has to do with the game itself, and that is that on Reddit, Jeff Kaplan announced a fix to Ashe's Warlock skin aim down sight. Now, there was a post on the Overwatch subreddit from about a week ago, where someone posted a picture of some Ashe's sights. You'll see the picture of the one on the Warlock skin though, right here. And the person said, the new sight is super thick, bright, and opaque. I really like the new skin, but can't see anything when aiming down the sights with it. Probably be tweaked to be more in line with her other sights. This is from Chuck1337 Norris over on the Overwatch subreddit. Jeff Kaplan responded saying, we'll check it out and make some more adjustments. Thanks for the feedback. And then he posted his own post on the Overwatch subreddit, which was just update, fix in progress for Ashe's Warlock skin aim down sight issue. And he said, we're still working out a timetable to patch this fix in. Thanks for your patience, but this is what we got from Jeff. So you can see a much thinner line and a much clearer looking sight. Looks a lot better. It is more in line with some Ashe's other sights. So that is what we got from Jeff this week. This is the first time I've actually talked about a Jeff Reddit post, so that's that. The next thing is the BlizzCon schedule was announced. Now, as you probably know, BlizzCon will have its opening ceremony first, and during that opening ceremony, all of the games get talked about. So it's about an hour, and all of the games get some kind of reveals, usually where the big reveals happen. Then there's a little more that happens throughout the week. So the opening ceremony will be at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 11 a.m. Pacific on Friday, November 1st. So it's from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, or 11 to noon Pacific. The very first day, actually, where events are going to be going on is on Thursday, October 31st. There will be some World Cup matches and the online preliminary stuff before we get into the top 10, where we get to the group stage of the Overwatch World Cup on Friday at 3:15. But the first thing, of course, is the opening ceremony, and then all of the games will have their own various panels for about 75 minutes later on, following the opening ceremony, but they haven't said which ones will be which. Now, if you have the virtual ticket and you're going to be able to actually watch all of the streams and whatnot, the Overwatch stuff, there will be not much on the first day. Obviously, we have the thing during the opening ceremony. We have the World Cup, which takes place all day, and then they'll have their panel in the morning or in the afternoon about whatever. We don't know when that's going to be yet because they haven't revealed that part of it yet. But on Saturday, there's a little more with Overwatch. There's an Overwatch League Watchpoint season preview. That is at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. There is an Artists at Work Overwatch panel from 3 to 3:45 Eastern. There's an Overwatch update panel from 4:15 to 5 p.m. Eastern. And there is a Voices of Overwatch panel from 8:15 to 9:15 Eastern. All that on Saturday, and then of course, while all of this is going on, still you'll have the Overwatch World Cup going on, the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and the bronze medal match and finals will take place on Saturday. So that is when all of the Overwatch related stuff happens on the BlizzCon schedule. I'll have a link in the description of the schedule itself if you want to check it out and follow along with it, but it's pretty simple. like I said, not a ton of stuff is coming out this week because we're going to be getting BlizzCon next weekend, and more stuff will come out then, I'm sure. The final thing I want to talk about is the huge amount of Overwatch League free agency and whatnot that's coming around. Tons and tons of players are free agents. Tons and tons of players have been traded or been re-signed. So I have a list in the description to a thread over on r/competitive Overwatch that has some of the stuff that's going on, some of the free agents, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot going on here, a lot of teams, a lot of changes, and the list is obviously always growing. So that's why I suggest looking at the link in the description, because you will have a much better look at what's been going on, and you'll see the players more, and it'll be easier to see who is actually under contract and who's not actually under contract. So like I said, link to that in the description down below, but it's crazy what's going on. It's insane. I don't think many people expected some of what's been going on, such as, you know, Prophet and Gesture leaving London Spitfire and going to Soul Dynasty. That's a pretty big one. I don't think a lot of people expected that to be a thing, but it is. Jaehong and Toby leaving the Soul Dynasty. Don't think a lot of people expected that to be a thing, but it is. It's crazy, a lot of what's going on. It's an insane amount of free agency, and it's been really interesting to follow, because I don't think, you know, last season I thought like the big moves were Fissure to the Gladiator, or Fissure to the Dynasty, and then Striker to the Shock. Like that was it. Like there were no other like really big moves last year. It was, you know, the kind of thing where there were so many new teams that came in to be that, like, that was kind of the focus of the offseason. But now we're just seeing teams just go all over and changing to everything. It's insane, the amount of stuff we're seeing. It's absolutely wild, and I have no idea what to expect going forward, because it's crazy to see all of the different players that aren't on their same teams anymore. Meko is no longer with the NYXL. You know, that's a big one. You know, Fact Fiction's not with the LA Valiant anymore. Florida Mayhem released a bunch of their players. EQO is not with Philadelphia Fusion anymore. Hydration is now with the Houston Outlaws. There's a lot, and it's interesting to see. So if you're interested in following along with it, please check the link in the description. You can see all that stuff there. But that's all I have for you this week. There's not a lot going on. Hopefully we'll have some more next week, but we probably won't. But the week after that, we definitely will have more. But yeah, that's everything I got for you this week. So if you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing for more stuff like this in the future. But I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, bye.